I cut the beard too short, but it's fine. Let's start the Smackdown review. Smackdown starts off with Trick Williams in his home of South Carolina, and it was really cool. They were yelling, "Whoop that Trick," and they had the flag. Yeah, towels. And they were, like they usually do at football games. So it was really cool. The visual was sick because everyone was doing it with the flag. Comes out with Lil Yachty. It was awesome. It was very, very cool. They were yelling, "Whoop that Trick." His mom and his dad was there. And then the Miz interrupts him, which I think is a fine choice. I saw someone online. It was like, why not Ilya? No, they said Ilya's in the back, by the way. Ilya would not interrupt hometown hero Trick Williams. I love Ilya as much as the next guy, and he should be on the show. But Miz is perfect for this. This is what Miz does, and the match was fine. The match was not bad. I didn't love the match, but it wasn't bad. It was a fine match. I had no issue with the match. Not an issue at all with the match. I thought it was a pretty good match comparatively. Um, probably like a 3-star match, 3 out of 5 probably. 3.25, probably somewhere around there. But I enjoyed the match. I did. I didn't think the match was bad by any means. It was a fine match, and I loved the scene. Next, we had Paige and Brie Bella versus Julia and Kiana James. This was a whatever match. It was mainly just to get Julia and Kiana James to fight more. Put Julia on Raw. Then we have Cody Rhodes. He sets up a table, brings out some chairs, and he goes, "Gunther, come sign this table thing." And Gunther's like, "If you ask, please." And I was like, come on. I feel like this could be a bit more. Then it picks up. Royce Keys comes out. And he's like, "If you won't sign it, I will." And he comes down. As he's about to sign it, Gunther stops him. And then Nick Aldis comes out and he's like, "You know what? This gives me a genius idea. How about y'all face for the #1 contender tonight?" And I was like, "Tonight?" Because whenever he came out, I was like, "Oh, another Saturday night main event match. It's going to be great." But then he said tonight. Got me excited. Then we had Carmelo Hayes versus Ricky Saints. This has been a noticeable problem that I've noticed in a lot of matches that I get excited for. They don't really have chemistry at the beginning, and they kind of have to like get to the point where they have chemistry. And that's been happening a lot of times where it's just like they don't really have chemistry, and they kind of just have to grow that chemistry because they've never. I don't want to say Carmelo Hayes versus Ricky Saints have never wrestled before. I'm sure they have, but not recently, and that does something. I think they need to do something where they're touching. They need to be wrestling a bit more. Then in Danhausen's segment, uh, he has a new concoction, and the dude's way bigger now. So we'll see what that is. Um, then it was Damien Priest versus Tama Tonga. It was like a 5-minute match, leads to Damien Priest beating Tama Tonga. Then Tala Tonga destroys Damien Priest. Yeah. Then there was a Sami Zayn segment, and he's talking to Johnny Gargano. If this leads to a Sami Zayn versus Johnny Gargano match, I will be happy. But I am kind of getting worn out of this Gargano. I'm kind of getting bored of that version of Gargano. I think I want to see Gargano versus Sami. Do something. Maybe Sami snaps at Candice or something, and then Johnny Gargano gets up and gets motivation. Something like that. Then it was Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss versus Michan and BFAB. I don't know why they did this. Fatal Influence is the biggest thing on SmackDown right now, other than like Trick Williams and Fatal Influence is probably bigger than Trick Williams right now. Gunther's probably higher though. Gunther Royce Keys was very cool, but I don't know. Fatal Influence is really high, and I kind of wish this just would have been Fatal Influence versus a rematch at Saturday night's main event. But I guess they're gonna do Jade Cargill, Michan, and BFAB versus Charlotte Flair, Alexa Bliss, and Rhea Ripley again. Not again, but yeah. We'll see how that goes. Then This was awesome. Royce Keys versus Gunther was a great match. Gunther is definitely one of the best wrestlers in the world. He put on a great match where not many heels could do this, where he portrayed a dominant heel while also portraying that he is not the strongest in that ring. This match was very, very fun. It was hard hitting. It felt like a Gunther Intercontinental Championship match. If you know what I mean, you know what I mean. Whereas this hard hitting, like it brings me back to those Gunther Sheamus matches. And hard hitting Gunther is my favorite version of Gunther. It's my favorite version of Gunther. And it was a great match. I really enjoyed it. And the ending, Solo Sikoa tries to throw a chair in the ring. Royce Keys hits, he chucks it at Solo Sikoa, and Gunther takes advantage. Gunther takes advantage of any minor slip ups, and that's what he did in this match. Gunther was great. Royce Keys was great in this match. This was a great, great main event. It was like a 3.75 on a smack. It was very, very good. But I enjoyed it. It was a 4. It was a 4-star for me. Personally, it was a great match. I really, really liked it. I really, really, really enjoyed this match. I love hard hitting matches. I love it so much, and this match was very, very good. It was very, very, very good. It was incredible. Phenomenal. Yeah. I mean, this SmackDown was better because the matches were good. Again, I really liked the intro segment with them having the towels and doing that with Whoop That Trick. It was electric. It was awesome. And then Miz versus Trick Williams was a fine match. I did not hate that match. Paige and Brie Bella was there for sure. I like Julia. I think Julia versus Kiana James will be a fine match. Carmelo Hayes versus Ricky Saints. It got good. It got going. Carmelo Hayes got the win. And he kind of did like the veteran thing where Ricky Saints tried to do a cheat move, but it was way more obvious. And then Carmelo Hayes did a cheat move, but it was less obvious. And so he got the win. And I thought that was really cool too. I thought that match was good. And then that main event was special. Royce Keys versus Gunther was a great match. He's working that arm. He had a power bomb on Royce Keys. I was like, I wonder if he's gonna. I don't know why I was even worried. He got off perfectly. It was a good SmackDown. It was a good SmackDown. I enjoyed this SmackDown. This was a good watch. From those matches, that's what I enjoyed.